Let's move next into Return of the Living Dead. So we already knew capitalizing on the popularity of Christmas horror movies. Also already knew 1985, this is a continuation. Oops, I need to turn the volume back up, don't I? Sorry. Just singing Silent Night is all you're missing. And then we get Tarman. Yeah, I can see that as Tarman for sure. Oh, are they going to give us a close-up shot of Tarman? Oh, no. Does he have icicles on his fingertips? Or are those bones or claws of some sort? Return of the... Oh, there's still quite a bit left here. More brains. All right, I don't know that there's a whole lot to break down on this one, but let's see what we can do. We talked about this one in the last live stream, and this is going to be a sequel, to a direct sequel to the 1985 horror comedy that was Return of the Living Dead. So really interesting situation with all of this because there's been a split in the people who own the rights for Return of the Living Dead. So there's the rights have been kind of really messed up. We have Linnea Quigley, who my memory of this, and I could have these backwards because we talked about this when it was initially an issue. Linnea Quigley, who played Trash in the original movie, the character's name was Trash, not that she was Trash. So she played Trash in the original movie, and she was 80s horror queen for a couple of reasons. But my understanding of the situation is she has had a company for a little while now called Return of the Living Dead Media LLC. Slightly or a bit more recently, a new company has come into play called Living Dead. I think it's just Living Dead Media. And Living Dead Media is who is doing this movie, and Linnea Quigley is doing her version of a sequel to Return of the Living Dead, both of which are going to be ignoring the second and third movies in the franchise. Kind of rightfully so, because I know I've seen both of them, but I only remember really anything from the second one, or it could be that one of the two. I don't remember which one I remember and which one I forget, but the one that they're in the military compound is the one that I remember anything from. And it was definitely subpar, especially when compared to the classic that is Return of the Living Dead. So rightfully, both movies are ignoring that. But the super interesting thing about all of this is that the reason Return of the Living Dead is titled as such, and we have Night of the Living Dead and Dawn of the Dead, right? So Living Dead was part of a rights dispute between George A. Romero and Dan O'Bannon, I'm pretty sure is the name of the guy who did the original one, the original Return of the Living Dead. Dan O'Bannon and George A. Romero were partners on Night of the Living Dead, and O'Bannon had one idea with what he wanted to do with the franchise, and George A. Romero had a different idea with what he wanted to do with the franchise, and so they split, and there was a legal dispute as per the naming rights of what they could do with their respective properties. So the legal split meant that O'Bannon could take the term Living Dead, and everything Romero did, which arguably was the larger side of it. It sounds like Romero lost the legal battle because he didn't get Living Dead. He just had to use the Dead. So Return of the Dawn of the Dead, Diary of the Dead, all of those Romero movies that we all know and love so much were the result of that split. He could no longer call them Living Dead because O'Bannon. I'm pretty sure that was the guy's name. I know I'm going to get dragged in the comments if I forgot that or if I'm misremembering that, but he's the one who got the rights to use the term Living Dead. So that happened in the 80s, and now it happened again in 2020. I think this started in 2023, late 2023, early 2024. And it's just happening all over again. And the same thing happened with Jason and the Friday the 13th franchise. One of the writers of the original movie claimed ownership over the characters, and the production company still claimed ownership over the franchise. So the franchise would be the Friday the 13th stuff, and the writer was trying to assume rights of the characters. So he was presumably going to try and do like Jason movies without Friday the 13th in the title. That has mostly been subsided at this point. We've already talked about that ad nauseum. But yeah, so that's kind of where we're at with this. So let's go back and take a couple of shots, take a couple of quick looks to see if there's anything in this to analyze aside from just, Christmas of next year is when it's launching. So we got a couple of shots of Tarman. So the new actor that they have inside the Tarman makeup / suit is doing a great job, because you don't really see him very much, but he had a very distinctive way of moving in that movie. And this guy's doing a really great job of recreating that. So I'm thinking, let's go back. I'm thinking we can turn the volume back down so it's not too distracting as we're jumping around. So if you look at this, like he's falling apart, because Tarman is falling apart, right? So right here we can see bone is being shown. It is what it seems to be implying, that this is bone in the leg. Right there, see that it seems to be bone, right? So if that's the case, then those must be bone / icicle fingertips. Just trying to get a good shot of this makeup. It's really interesting. That's cool. And then whatever he's plugged into. All right, I guess that's kind of all we're going to get out of this. Before we get the hell out of here, I want to throw a shout out to channel partner Dubby. Dubby.gg is the website. You can click the link in the description. You can use the code Generally Nerdy. Even if you don't use the link in the description, you can use code Generally Nerdy at checkout and get 10% off of your purchase. W is an energy drink maker. They also do hydration drinks. I legitimately really dig W. It's lower on the caffeine content, but it's equal on the quality of content, if you understand what I'm saying. So I am super appreciative that Dubby has partnered with the channel. Go check out Dubby for yourself. Dubby.gg is the website. One more time, code Generally Nerdy at checkout to get your 10% off. Thank you once again, Dubby. Thank you to all of you nerds for being fantastic followers of the channel. Even if this is the first time you have found me, I do still appreciate your faces, and I appreciate everything that you guys do for this channel, not the least of which is just watching these videos. That goes a very long way, and I appreciate that. We are very close to our subscriber goal, so hopefully we can pick up the momentum that we have to drop every year round about this time, because I have to get ready for the next season, and also, you know, family things. It is holidays and whatnot. So thank you very much, nerds. We will see you in the next one. Before we do actually get the hell out of here, always remember that if it's generally nerdy, it's probably here. And yeah, that's where we're at with this one. I'm reacting to it, and whatever. We're signing off. See you next time, nerds.